1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 168, Cleveland at Ohio. Welcome back, baseball fans, to 1971-74 Carryover League. We are in the American League tonight, the American League North, in the state of Ohio for a mid-state rivalry. The Cleveland Indians and the Ohio Players playing out of Dayton, Ohio. Named, of course, after the band, franchise owners, the Ohio Players. And this has been a fine series thus far, a very outstanding one, as a matter of fact. 7-game series, so I'll just go right into what's gone on in the great state of Ohio. Game 1, Cleveland is on the road for games 1 and 2, and 6 and 7 if necessary. Gaylord Perry, Don Wilson. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. Bottom of the 5th, we got a triple by Ike Brown, an RBI single by Elrod Hendricks. 7th inning, after a runner at second and 2 outs, Larry Lentz, RBI single. That is all your scoring. Poor Gaylord Perry, 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. He's a loser. Because Don Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, 3-hit shutout, 3 walks, no strikeouts. That's a rather bizarre line for a complete game shutout, to not strike any batters out. They just hit the ball right there where everybody was, apparently. So Ohio goes up 1-0. Good pitching here. Game 2. Jim Perry, the brother, against Al Downing. Similar thing. We have the Indians getting a triple by Alex Johnson and a ground out by Chambliss scoring a run. But in the bottom of the 3rd, with 2 outs and 2 on, it is Bill Robinson, 3-run home run. That's all you're scoring in this one. 6 2/3 for Perry, 10 hits, 3 runs. But Al Downing, 8 innings, the 3 hits, a run, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and Wayne Simpson and Tom Hall closed the game out of the 9th. Ohio Players, OHIO, up 2-0 in the series. But we go up the interstate to Clevetown for games 3, 4, and 5. And in game 3, this turned out to be a raucous affair. We get a solo homer in the 2nd inning by Bill Robinson, 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd, after a 2-base error by Johnny Jeter, get an RBI single by Chambliss, 1-1. Top of the 4th, it looks like Ohio's going to run away with this thing. Walk, 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 single, 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 sac fly, 6-1. But here come those Indians. Bottom of the 4th, solo homer by Vada Pinson, 6-2. An RBI double in the 5th by Chuck Hinton makes it 7-2. Bottom of the 6th, double single out, single single, it is 7-4. And then the Indians wear out the pretty rough relief work of Vince Colbert and Jesse Jefferson. They were awful, to be nice. I'm being nice to them. They were only awful. Because in 3 innings, these 2 guys gave up 10 hits, 4 walks, and 10 runs. And there's some errors in here too, and a pass ball, and everything you could think of in an error to the shortstop happened to the expansion Ohio Players, reminding us they are an expansion team. Cleveland bats around in the 7th and 8th innings and walks away with a 12-7 victory. Can they even it up in 4? Game number 4, it is Don Wilson on short rest against Dick Tidrow. Apparently Don doesn't do well on short rest. He falls apart in the 2nd inning. Homer double walk, walk, single, ground out, bases loaded walk. That's 6 runs. We got an RBI double by Driesen at 6-1. And then another ground out, it's 6-2. They had a run. But really, Dick Tidrow was in control of this game. 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs. Steve Mangori gets a save. Don Wilson pitched 5 innings, but really, curiously, fell apart in the 2nd. The other 4 frames he pitched, he was fine. But unfortunately, that's all you got to do, and it's curtains. And just like that, the Tribe, the Cleveland Indians, have evened this thing up. Home team has won every game. But we kind of knew that a team from Ohio would win every game, and then it just happens to be the home team. So in Game 5, can we get a road win? Can we? Al Downing, who pitched brilliantly before, against Gaylord Perry, who pitched brilliantly and lost before. And again, a weird momentary lapse of reason in this game. Gaylord Perry retires 10 of 11. Then with 2 outs in the 4th, suddenly it's triple, walk, double, single, and it's 4-zip. Al Downing gives up a 2-run homer in the 7th to Ray Fosse. Ike Brown hits a homer. It's 5-2. Downing goes for the complete game. He gives up a solo homer to Chris Chambliss in the 9th. It's 5-3. That is your final. So the Ohio players get the road win in a Game 5. Good to see that from the expansion team. And they travel down the interstate back home to Dayton for Games 6 and 7 if necessary. Today's starting pitchers for your Clevetown Indians, it'll be brother Jim Perry. The Perrys have not won in this series, against Rudy May. The Ohio victories belong to Dick Tidrow and a reliever, Vicente Romo, after a Kilkenny start that he got knocked out of. Jim Perry, Rudy May. Let me give you the stats. Jim Perry, 17-12 with a 2.96 ERA in 252 innings in 1974. And Rudy May, 12-11, 2.94 ERA in 205 innings in 1972. Should be a heck of a game. Both starter 7s. Back in Dayton, Ohio players giving us a nice concert before the game. Leading off, it is Mark Belanger. 56 is a strikeout. Ron, I'm going to get you on a Swoboda China, 2.7K. And with 2 outs, Oscar Gamble, 47 is a K. 3 up and 3 fingers down. Bottom of 1, Larry Lintz, 47 pops to 3rd. Dave Cash, 48, lines the 2nd. And Dan Driesen, 34, grounds the 2nd. Alex Johnson, 2-6, single, 1-18, and it's a base hit for the C Steeler. Ray Fosse, 64, third X, but unfortunately, Ike Brown is the year-long third baseman for the Ohio players, and he's a 4-37. That's not a good combination. Bill Robinson could play third base. He's a 4-37. And you can move Dan Driesen over to third base. He's a 4-33. But, yeah. And that's an error. Shocker. Shocking error. 2 on for Chris Chambliss. 2-5 is a 3-6. 3 double play. The runner goes to third with 2 outs for Vada Pinson. 49 is a base hit off the Rudy May card, and the Indians are on the board. Buddy Bell, 1-6. 1-1, base hit on the corners. With 2 outs for Eddie Leone. 2-9, rolls to short. 1-0 Tribe. Bottom of 2. Bill Robinson. 1-5 short. Elrod Hendricks. 56, short X. This is Belanger, though, a 1-18. And with 2 outs, John Jeter. 58, lines the 1st. Top of the 3rd. It's Belanger, 68, is a walk. Ron gonna get you on a Swoboda China. 67's another walk. May losing control. He's put 6 guys on in the last 8 batters. 2 on, nobody out for Gamble, Oscar. 2-9. Let's take a look at a player. It is Gamble Oscar. Mr. Gamble in 74 had 19 home runs, a 291 average in 540 some plate appearances. Hits lefties better than righties. And 2-9 is single dot, so the runners have to hold. Bases are loaded. No one scored on the play. No one is out. They're going to play back hope for double play out of Alex Johnson. 58 is a sac fly to left. First and second, 1 out for Ray Fosse. 47's a strikeout, and with 2 outs, Chris Chambliss. 68 is single 1-2, and he lines out. So Rudy May makes chicken salad out of that. 2-0. Bottom of the 3rd. Sonny Jackson. 37 is a base hit. And now it'll be Ike Brown. 1-4 flies the center. Daryl Thomas, 46, pops the second. 2 outs for Larry Lintz. 37 is a K. Top of the 4th. Vita Pinson, 3-6. Triple 1-7 is a triple. They're going to bring the infield up for Buddy Bell. 67 is a walk. Rudy May struggling today. On the corners, infield is up. Eddie Leone, 64. Third X with the infield up. And oh boy. 40-37 third baseman. And this time it's a single. And yeah, that's par for the course there. 3-zip Indians. 2 on, no 1 out. Back up top, Mark Belanger. 1-5, flies left. Ron Swoboda. 39 is a walk. He has walked twice today. The bases are loaded, 1 out. Playing back for Oscar Gamble, 67. And Rudy Bay walks another guy. And it's getting ugly here in Ohio. It's 4-zip. Base is still loaded, just 1 out. Alex Johnson. 55, second, but it's a C. So the runners move up and a runner scores. It is now 5-zip, and it's Ray Fosse. 58 flies to left field. Well, the Perry brothers, Jim Perry today, finally gets a nice bit of a support. 5 runs, 5-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Dave Cash, 2-6 single. Dan Driesen, 69, is a walk. 2 on, nobody out for Bill Robinson. Bill Robinson, 35 is a walk. And the bases are loaded with no 1 out. Not what you typically want to do when you're up 5-zip. And here we go with Elrod Hendricks. 33 pops to short. We're going to play back, hope for double play out of Johnny Jeter. 1-6, let's take a look at John Jeter's card. A Padre in 1971, hit .320. And one of those extra player cards that the expansion teams often get to complete rosters and so forth. 1-6 is a double 1-7. That is a single ... and we got a ball game. Nice little 2-run single there. Runners in the corners, 1 out. And I think they're going to play back with a 3-run lead. Hope for a double play. 1-3 pops to first. And with 2 outs, it is Ike Brown. 4-4 third X, but it's Buddy Bell, a 3-13 third baseman. But it is a single ... off the 3. And that does score a run. Single ... off the 3. Because Robinson went to third on the Jeter single. So now you got Jeter at second, Ike Brown at first, with 2 outs in a 5-3 game, a number 9 hitter, Daryl Thomas. 43, left X. This is Ron Swoboda, 3-10 in left field, and that's a single ... What giveth, what taketh away, as Mr. Jim Perry is blowing the fortunes of the tribe. It's now 5-4 with runners in the corners as the Ohio players bat around, and it's Larry Lintz trying to tie this thing up. The pitch to Larry. 48 pops to short, but your Ohio players cut the lead to a run as we go to the 5th. Chris Chambliss. 66 is a K. Vita Pinson, 1-6, first. And 2 outs for Buddy Bell, 45. Short X. This is Daryl Thomas at 3-38 at short. Makes the play. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, bottom of the 5th. They've pulled within a run. Dave Cash leads off. 68, single 1-19. He gets it. He's an ace stealer. But Ray Fosse's got a nice -3 arm. He'll stay put at first for a while. Dan Driesen, 63 off Perry. Pitcher X. Perry's an E11. This one's going to be tight. A 2E11. And it's an error on the 2E11. That's a pretty decent rating, but not good enough. 2 on, no 1 out for Will Robinson. Will Robinson, 311 flies to right. Elrod Hendricks. 34 is a 5, 4, 3, double play. 5 in the books. Nice game. 5-4 game. Top of the 6. Eddie Leone. 411 left X. That's Jeter, a 2E16 and left, and that's a single. Ohio's not very good at defense. Matter of fact, most of these expansion teams are not good at defense, except for a team like Las Vegas, who specifically built their team around defense and sought after it. Ohio sought after great starting pitching. That's the highlight of this team, and a bunch of 300 hitters. But the depth, defense, and the bullpen's hideous, and that will be their struggles this year. Leone at first, it'll be Mark Belanger. 310 is a walk. And Rudy May, boy, he's only had a couple unscathed innings today. He'll have to deal with the Swoboda China. 55, second C. You got second and third, 1 out. You're going to bring it up. Rudy May's a starter 7. It's Oscar Gamble. 1-9, grounds a second. The infield up, that means they don't score. So it's Alex Johnson, second and third, and 2 outs. 68 off Rudy May is a walk. And here's your ball game. Well, not really, but here is a huge play here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Rudy May, again, I mentioned the bullpen. The Ohio players like to stay with their starters as long as possible. So here we go. Ray Fosse. Let's take a look at his card before he swings. 71 Fosse, 276. 12 home runs, 530 plate appearances. Pitch to Ray Fosse. 46 is a K off Rudy May. Rudy May strikes Fosse out to end the 6th. We just got a 1-run game. The Indians, my goodness, have almost gone a complete turn around the lineup more than Ohio, and only have a 1-run lead to show for it, because Ohio did all their damage consecutively in 1 inning, and Rudy May has stranded a bunch of base runners. Bottom of 6 for Jim Perry. Leading off is John Jeter. 58 lines the first. Sonny Jackson. 37 is a base hit for the 16 runner. Now you got Ike Brown. 67 is a base hit to left field. Do you go coast to coast with Sonny Jack? A 16 against the zero arm. He's going to do it. And he does. So you got runners on the corners. They're going to bring it up now for A. Bunning, Darryl Thomas. 66, base hit to right field off the Perry card. And he shakes his head in disgust. This game's tied up. Ike Brown's a little slower runner. He will, I'll stay put at second base. First and second, it is now 5-5 with 1 out in the 6th inning. And we'll go back up top to Larry Lentz. 210 flies to right. And with 2 outs, it is Dave Cash. 1-7 is a grounder to short. Well, a 5-5 tie, top of the 7th inning. Rudy May will continue. It's his breaking inning. Perry and May, they both break. In a 5-5 thriller here in Ohio. Chris Chambliss will lead off in the 7th. 2-6 is a K. That's a hit versus a righty. Vada Pinson, 43, first X. Dreesen's a 2E19, and he makes the play. Cleveland is not that great against left-handed pitching. They struggled against Al Downing, and they had a golden opportunity to knock Rudy May out of this game, and they didn't do it. And with 2 outs, it's Buddy Bell. 65 flies to center field. Stretch time in Ohio of a tie game, 5-5. We, of course, are enjoying the Ohio players, the Angel LP, a little bit out of the timeline in 77. I decided to go out of the timeline because I really like this record. I wanted to hear it. Like this song, too, is really a killer track. Body Vibes, just throw this down. Oh, yeah. Bottom of the 7th, 5-5. Jim Perry, starter 7. Bullpen for the Indians. It's a good one. Mangori, Romo, Hilgendorf, Lamb. But we'll give Perry the same chance we gave May to pitch through the 7th. Dan Driesen leads off. 210, single 1 of 15. Lines out on a 17. Bill Robinson, 37's a K. Elrod Hendricks, 54, pops to second base. Top of the 8th, we're rolling with these starters. Mostly because Ohio, yeah, bad bullpen. Eddie Leone, 52, pitcher. Mark Belanger, 2-7, base hit. Swoboda, 1-8, single dot dot. Now you got runners in the corners for Oscar Gamble. Final batter, breaking batter, point of weakness batter for Rudy May. Infield is up. The pitch to Oscar Gamble. 3-6, you saw the card earlier. Homer, 1-16. No, it is not gone. It's off the top of the wall. Rolls into the corner. It is going to be a double. Swoboda, 12 runner. With just 1 out, he's going to stay put at third base. And the rally music did not work. Turn us down a little bit here now. As the Indians take a 6-5 lead in the top of the 8th. Second and third, 1 out, and that'll be the day for Rudy May. Well, he pitched longer than we thought he would. He put a ton of guys on. And they'll go to Wayne Simpson, the top of the 8th. And what is looking like a 7-game series, folks. Second and third, 1 out. The infield comes up to face Alex Johnson. 2-5, short, but it's a short A plus with the infield up, trying to prevent additional runs from scoring. Alex Johnson hits a rocket through the infield, and that becomes a 2-run single. And that is just such a deadly roll. The old dreaded plus. Oh my goodness. Such a cheesy way to get a run, but they just did. It is now 8-5. Runner at first, Ray Fosse. 2-7 single. Chris Chambliss, 58, second X. Dave Cash, 2E22, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. We got an 8-5 game, and Jim Perry's going to go to the showers because we got some good relievers here. Mingori's going to come on in with an 8-5. They'll go Hilgendorf. Hilgendorf with a 3-run lead in the 8th. Tom Hilgendorf, 5-3 with a 3.14 ERA in 95 innings. Will come on in with a 3-run lead. Do we need some defense? Not really. Well, you could take, let's do that. Let's put John Lowenstein in the game. He can play outfield nicely. And so Lowenstein will go into right field. Swoboda in left, Pinson in center, they're all 3s. Bottom of the 8th, Hilgendorf in there to face John Jeter. 2-5 short. Batting for Sonny Jackson, it'll be Chuck Hinton. Chuck Hinton. 35 is a fly ball to center. And with 2 outs, it's Ike Brown. 2-7 for Ike is a single. 3 for 4 today, but error. I didn't really do much damage. Had an error. I also gave up a single, now I think about it. And with 2 outs and a man on, Darryl Thomas isn't much against lefties, plus I can put Larry Lintz there. Let's go George Hendrick. George Hendrick will pinch hit. Let's take a look at George Hendrick here as the pinch hitter. He had a nice year for the Cleveland Indians, the team he's playing today. 19 homers in 530 plate appearances in 74, a 279 batting average. They're not going to let Hilgendorf blow this thing. They are going to bring in the righty Vicente Romo in the 8th. Vicente was a White Sox in 71, 1-7, 338 ERA, 72 innings. But he will pitch to Hendrick with 2 runners on board. I'm sorry, actually just 1 runner on board. 1 runner on board with 2 outs. The pitch to George Hendrick. 1-7 is a K. We will go to the 9th. Wayne Simpson will see if he can get the final 3 outs here. Pinson leads off. 4-4 short X. This is Lintz now, the 40-42 shortstop, and he makes the play. Buddy Bell, 212, pops to short. And Eddie Leone, 64, off the Simpson card. That's a homer if you have power. He doesn't have it. It's a single. And back up top to Mark Belanger. 45, flies to right field. Well, 5 outs recorded by Wayne Simpson. Baby steps for the Ohio bullpen. And we'll go to the 9th inning. We're going to go straight to the closer, Steve Mingori. Not taking any chances here. They need to even this series up. Steve Mingori comes on in the 9th for the Indians. 1-2, 1.42 ERA. 57 innings in 1971 for your Clevetown Indians. Trying to even the series up 3 games apiece and force a Game 7 in Ohio. It'll be Larry Lentz, Dave Cash, and Dan Driesen in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Larry Lentz. 55 short X. This is Belanger, a 1/18. And he makes the play. Dave Cash. 66 off Mingori, pops to first, and with 2 outs, it's Dan Driesen. 45 off Mingori, triple on a 13 fly ball. The rest, he gets the triple. We got a runner at third, but it's a 3-run lead. And it's Bill Robinson. Let's take a look at his card. 73, he was a Philly with 25 home runs and a .288 batting average. Bill Robinson. Well, Ohio players are not going to let this guy go. When you see the stars here on Ohio, like George Hendrick, Bill Robinson, it means they're probably going to hold on to, and Dave Cash, Dan Driesen, they're going to hold on to those guys for their whole tenure. All those guys I just mentioned played on multiple teams. Particularly Dave Cash. Was a Pirate, was a Philly, was an Expo, was a Padre, amongst I don't know how many more. So when a guy bounces around like that, they become excellent players for an expansion team. Have suitcase will travel, but the Ohio players say, come to Dayton, build yourself a house, and join the community. You'll be here for a while. So the pitch to Bill Robinson, trying to extend this game. 43 off Mingori, first X. Now Chambliss is a 3E11. And it is a ground ball B. You saw the error for the 18, but that of course cannot be used. He's an E11, he's better than that, so he doesn't get the error. Whoops. He gets the out. And that is your ball game. 8-5. Rudy May runs out of gas in the top of the 8th, and his relief help makes it worse. And we're going to have a 7-game series. I always enjoy when I get one of those. Let's see, Wayne Simpson came on in the 8th and faced Alex Johnson and gave up 2 singles, letting all of his inherited runners score. And Rudy May appreciates that. 3 hits total for Wayne Simpson, and no outs and no runs. Rudy May takes the loss, and he really should have. He didn't pitch very well at all today. Gave up 10 hits and now a total of 8 runs. However, we have 7 that are earned. Walked 7, struck out 7. Interesting start. Mingori gets the save in the 9th, giving up just a hit. Romo got the final out in the 8th by striking out George Hendrick. A hit allowed by Tom Hilgendorf. And Perry will get the win, going 7 innings, giving up 9 hits and 5 runs. Really a disastrous 4th inning, and a run in the 6th. 2 walks. They have both scored, of course, and 2 strikeouts. 1019, 0109, 813, 511, 7723, 2377. When you look at the total runners on base, Cleveland put 20 on base, Ohio just 13. So I guess you could say Cleveland kind of deserved to win this game. Game 6. These teams have played 6 games and nothing's been decided. Take a look at the stats for both squads this year. All the teams in this division are still in it. Of course, no one's walking away with this division. The only divisions that, the Oakland A's look like a sure thing out west, and the other 3 American League divisions we're not sure about. So Cleveland is now 9-5. They're hitting .282. They got a 3.01 ERA. Those are all outstanding. Let's see here. Jim Perry got his 3rd win. He's 3-1. Nice little start. And Gaylord, the brothers, 1-2. So there's your problem right there. Not a lot of homers. Chris Chambliss is having a nice little start, 20 for 56. That's over 350 there. That's nice. Your Ohio players are 6-8. They're hitting .269 with a 4.14 ERA. Bullpen's been a struggle. Vince Colbert, ERA over 6. Jesse Jefferson, ERA over 9. Tom Hall, ERA over 5. Wayne Simpson has managed to get through 6 1/3 shutout innings, giving up 9 hits though. You got Ike Brown with 5 home runs, only 9 RBI. And Dan Driesen's 21 for 58. That's pretty good. What's that batting average? 362 for Dan Driesen. So we'll have a Game 7. We'll give you the result at the end of this video. Thanks for checking this out, folks. We'll see you next time. Well, baseball fans, here is your Game 7. Looked good for the Ohio players as Cleveland had to go to their number 3 starter, Mike Kilkenny. Guy who didn't even play for the Indians. And they had to sign a left-handed starting pitcher. And he was like one of the lowest rated ones still on the board during the draft. So they're kind of trying to hide him against Doc Ellis and the Ohio players. And we're thinking Ohio's going to win this thing. Well, top of the first, 4 singles by the Tribe gets you a run and a guy thrown out at the plate. But they get a 1-0 lead off the Doc. They get another run on the 4th off of him off the sac fly. It's 2-0. Kilkenny finally surrenders a couple runs in the 4th on a 2-run homer by Hendrick. He gets through the 5th inning, 3 up and 3 down. Then he's pulled. So they yank Kilkenny 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts, just to be on the safe side of things, as Ohio had 9 right-handed batters in their lineup against the lefty. Unfortunately for Doc Ellis, he gave up a solo homer to Duke Sims in this to make it 3-2 Indians. Then after that, not much goes on other than Ohio blows some opportunities. After 2 outs in the 7th, 3 straight walks by Ray Lamb. Then Gene Klein's grounds out with the bases loaded. They get a walk in the 8th and 3 straight strikeouts by Vicente Romo. Steve Mangori comes on in the 9th to close this thing out. It is a 3-2 Cleveland victory. Kilkenny does qualify for the win, just pitching those 5 innings. Doc Ellis loses 8 innings, 11 hits, 3 runs, a walk and a strikeout. And the Ohio players, unfortunately, really blow the series. Winners of games 1 and 2 and game 5, but lose 6 and 7 at home. Break up your Clevetown Indians. They win the best of 7, 4 games to 3. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.